The night sky over the empty desert road looked peaceful, stars twinkling like diamonds scattered across black velvet. But something was terribly wrong. A streak of orange light shot across the darkness, growing larger and brighter every second. Inside, a small metal pod tumbling toward the earth. Two young beings clung to each other. The older one, Zara, wrapped her arms protectively around her younger companion, Kira. Their home planet was gone, destroyed in a brutal war between worlds. Now all they could do was hope this strange new planet might offer safety. The crash was loud and violent. Metal twisted and tore apart. Sparks flew in every direction. When the chaos finally stopped, smoke rose from the shattered wreckage scattered across the sand. The girls crawled out, hurt and trembling. Their clothes were ripped to pieces, leaving them almost uncovered. Kira began to cry, her whole body shaking as she looked around at the unfamiliar landscape. The air smelled strange, sharp and dry. The ground felt rough beneath her glowing skin. Even the wind seemed different, like nothing from their lost world. "Don't be afraid," Zara whispered, though her own voice was shaking. "We're alive. That's what matters." They looked nothing like the humans who lived here. Their skin glowed with a soft light that pulsed gently, like a heartbeat in the darkness. Their eyes were larger and darker than human eyes, their bodies taller and slimmer. Anyone who saw them would know instantly they were not from this world. Using scraps of metal and torn fabric from their ruined ship, they tried to cover themselves as best they could. It wasn't much, but at least it offered a little protection from the cold desert air. But their most important tool, a small translation device, was completely destroyed. Without it, they had no way to communicate with anyone. As the sun began to rise, they heard a deep rumbling sound. Across the desert, enormous metal vehicles moved steadily along a dark paved road. Zara squinted at them, then pointed. "Those must be the machines these creatures use to travel. We have to get help," she said. "But we need to be careful. We don't know if they are kind or dangerous." Slowly, they made their way toward the road, supporting each other with every painful step. Kira limped badly, her ankle swollen from the impact. Zara's arm bled steadily from a deep cut, but she didn't complain. She was the older one. It was her job to protect them both. The first vehicle roared past without slowing down. So did the second and the third. No one seemed to notice the two stranded girls standing there, waving weakly for help. Hours passed. The sun climbed higher in the sky, burning hotter than anything they had ever known. Their planet had been cool and full of misty air. Here, the heat was so fierce it stole their breath. Sweat ran down their glowing skin, and Zara felt herself growing dizzy and weak. "I can't walk anymore," Kira whispered. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed onto the hard ground beside the road. Zara dropped to her knees beside her. She was exhausted too, but she forced herself to stay strong. They had promised each other they would survive, no matter what. "Just a little longer," Zara murmured. "Someone will help us." But deep down, she wasn't sure. Maybe the creatures of this world were just like the invaders who had destroyed their home. Cold, selfish, uncaring. In the distance, another vehicle appeared. This one was smaller than the others and moving more slowly. As it approached, the girls saw a person inside, dark hair falling around their shoulders, a strange covering over their eyes. The vehicle slowed even more. Through the clear front window, they could see the driver's face, wide-eyed with shock. The vehicle rolled to a stop about 50 feet away. Zara helped Kira to her feet, her own legs trembling with exhaustion. This was their chance. Maybe it was the moment they would finally find help or face something even worse. The door of the vehicle swung open, and a figure stepped out. The creature was clearly one of the planet's natives, with smooth skin, no glow, and small eyes. It looked so different from them. But as it walked closer, it kept both hands visible, moving gently, as if trying to show it meant no harm. The Girls huddled together, afraid. Kira clutched Zara's hand, hiding her face. The woman took a slow breath and began to speak in a calm, quiet voice they didn't understand. But her tone was soft, nothing like the shouts and threats of the soldiers who had ruined their world. The woman was Dr. Lisa Chun, a scientist who had devoted her life to studying living things and wondering whether intelligent life existed beyond Earth. She had dreamed of meeting beings from the stars, but she never imagined it would happen here. On a desert road in the middle of nowhere, she could see how terrified the girls were. They looked like teenagers, thin, hurt, lost. Her heart clenched. "It's okay," Lisa said again, holding her hands up. "I won't hurt you." Zara spoke softly to Kira in her musical language, her voice trembling. Kira nodded, though her eyes brimmed with tears. Lisa reached into her bag and pulled out a bottle of water. She drank a small sip herself to show it was safe, then offered it to the girls. Kira's eyes widened. She looked up at Zara, silently asking for permission. Zara nodded, and Kira stepped forward with slow, cautious movements. She took the bottle and drank greedily. When she was done, she passed it to Zara, who drank too. Lisa pointed to Zara's bleeding arm, then to her medical kit. She made gentle gestures, cleaning, bandaging, hoping the girl would understand. Zara nodded, her chin lifting bravely. Lisa carefully cleaned the wound with antiseptic wipes. Zara winced but didn't pull away. When the bandage was in place, she touched it gently and murmured something that sounded like gratitude. Lisa next turned to Kira's injured ankle. The swelling was bad, but she wrapped it in a supportive bandage as gently as she could. While she worked, she kept speaking softly. Even though the girls didn't know her words, they seemed comforted by the steady, soothing voice. When she was done, she walked back to her car and brought out a warm blanket. She draped it over their shoulders. They clutched it tightly, shivering a little. Then she pointed to herself. "Lisa," she pointed to the car and made a beckoning gesture. "Come with me." The girls exchanged a long look. They were hurt, exhausted, and alone. They had no reason to trust this stranger, but they had no choice. Zara whispered to Kira, then turned and nodded to Lisa. Lisa helped them to their feet. As they reached the car, Zara suddenly turned back and pointed urgently to the wreckage. She limped over and rummaged through the debris, emerging with a small broken device. She held it out to Lisa, eyes pleading. Lisa took it carefully, understanding it was precious. She tucked it safely into her bag. Together they climbed into the car. In the rearview mirror, Lisa saw the two alien girls sitting close together, holding hands, staring at the dawn sky of their new world. Lisa drove carefully along the winding desert roads toward her home. She kept glancing into the mirror. The girls sat close together, wrapped in the blanket, their glowing skin reflecting the morning light. When they reached her house, a small place at the end of a dirt road surrounded by low hills, the girls pressed their faces to the windows, staring in wonder. They had never seen anything like it. Their own world had buildings made of shimmering crystal and metal, not wood and stone. Lisa parked and turned to them. They looked unsure whether to get out. She opened her door first, stepped into the bright sunlight, and came around to help. Kira limped badly, so Lisa supported her while Zara walked beside them, protective as ever. Inside, everything was unfamiliar. Books lined the walls, strange devices blinked on the shelves, and framed photos showed landscapes the girls had never seen. Lisa led them to the living room and helped them sit down on the soft couch. They touched the fabric in amazement. On their planet, everything was smooth and cold, nothing was warm and soft like this. Lisa brought them more water and a simple meal: bread, fruit, and soup. They tasted everything cautiously, studying each bite as though it might vanish. Kira made a small sound of surprise when she tried the bread, then giggled. For a moment, she almost looked like any teenager discovering something new. While they ate, Lisa tried to communicate. She drew pictures of stars and planets on a notepad. When she pointed to the stars, the girls became animated. Zara took the pen and drew a map of constellations, tracing a line from one star to another, finally tapping Earth. Lisa realized they were showing her where they had come from. She nodded, her throat tight. These weren't invaders, they were survivors, refugees from a world that no longer existed. Kira took the pen next. Her drawings were shakier. She drew explosions, fire, and people fleeing. Her hand trembled, and tears spilled down her cheeks. Lisa didn't need a translator to understand. She reached out and rested her hand gently over Kira's. The girl looked up, eyes shining with grief and gratitude. That evening, Lisa gave them clean clothes, soft cotton pants and shirts. The girls touched the fabric, astonished. They helped each other dress, careful of their injuries. When Lisa showed them to the guest room, with a bed made up in fresh sheets, they hesitated. On their planet, they had slept on smooth, hard platforms. Zara touched the mattress, then pressed down gently. When she lay on it, she gasped. Soft, she whispered in her own language. Kira lay beside her, burying her face in the pillow. For the first time since their world had burned, they felt safe enough to close their eyes. Lisa sat up late in the kitchen, drinking coffee and thinking. She knew she should report what she'd found. It was the greatest scientific discovery in history. But every time she pictured government men in suits taking these girls away, dissecting their lives, she felt sick. Around midnight, she heard soft voices from the guest room. She walked to the door and listened. The girls were whispering to each other, their words like music. Kira was crying again. Zara spoke gently, comforting her. Lisa made her decision right then. She would protect them, no matter the cost. Days passed. Lisa taught them how to use the kitchen and the shower. They learned quickly, and soon the house felt less strange too. To make things easier, the girls chose human names. Zara became Anna, because she liked the way it sounded when Lisa spoke it. Kira chose Maya after seeing the word in a book about ancient civilizations. Anna learned English at remarkable speed. In just 2 weeks, she could have simple conversations. Her mind worked differently. She saw patterns and shortcuts no one else did. One evening, she pointed at an equation in Lisa's science textbook and rewrote it in half the space, using symbols from her world. Lisa studied it in awe. It was correct, more elegant than any human method. Maya was quieter, more sensitive. She had a gift for caring for living things. The houseplants, neglected for months, suddenly flourished when she tended them. She would hum softly in her language, and the plants seemed to reach toward her. How do you know what they need? Lisa asked one day. Maya placed a hand over her heart. Plants speak, you listen here, she said softly, despite the growing trust and routine, shadows lingered. At night, the girls still woke up from nightmares. Lisa would sit with them, holding their hands until they calmed. Slowly, they shared more of their story, the peaceful cities that once floated above green valleys, the day the sky filled with enemy ships, the fire that consumed everything. Anna always fell silent when she remembered. My family, gone, she whispered one night. Maya's family too. I found her hiding. I promised we would find a home. Lisa felt her heart ache with pride and sorrow. Anna had carried so much responsibility for someone so young. Weeks turned to a month. The bond between them deepened into something that felt like family. The girls began calling Lisa mother, in their language, but their secret was fragile. News reports continued about a mysterious crash site. Investigators combed the desert, searching for answers. One morning, as Lisa made breakfast, she saw black cars pulling into her driveway. Her hands went cold. Girls, she called quietly. Go to the back room. Remember what we practiced. Anna and Maya vanished into the hidden basement. Lisa opened the door to 3 government agents. Dr. Chun, The lead agent said, flashing a badge. "I'm Agent Rodriguez. We'd like to ask you about unusual activity." She forced herself to smile, of course. They walked through her house, asking questions. Lisa answered calmly, though her heart was racing. She lied, said she had seen nothing but wreckage. After they left, she waited until their cars disappeared down the road. Then she opened the hidden door. The girls came out, pale and shaken. "They know," Anna whispered. "They'll come back," Lisa nodded. "I know." That night, she called her most trusted colleague scientists who believed in compassion over fear. Together, they made a plan. Instead of waiting to be discovered, they would reveal the truth on their own. The next morning, Lisa gathered reporters, scientists, and officials in the university auditorium. As she stepped onto the stage, Anna and Maya walked beside her. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Lisa took a steady breath. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "I'd like you to meet Anna and Maya. They are not invaders. They are children who have lost everything. All they want is a home." Anna stepped forward, her English clear and brave. "We are here for peace," she said. "Dr. Lisa saved us. Now we wish to help." And in that moment, the world changed forever.